Hello. So the book I'll be presenting is Happy Hippo, Angry Duck, a book of moods by Sandra Boynton, and my name is Jade Verduzco. So the summary of this book is basically it's all about moods, and discusses it discusses how each mood is different depending on the type of animal, and since its target audience is towards children, it is asking them questions such as, are you happy as a hippo or angry as a duck? And then this allows the students or children to think about their feelings and how they're feeling that day. And then it doesn't really have, I mean, it doesn't really have an overall plot, but it's just asking the entire time, are you feeling like this or are you feeling like this? Or maybe you're feeling like this, and as it says, are you feeling like, for example, say, are you grumpy as a moose or excited as a dog? And then it just compares it to an animal. Um and then at the end it talks about how moods are not here to stay, that they change day to day. And yeah, so for descriptions of visuals, um, the book shows the emotions through illustrations of animal characters, and each one expresses their emotions through their facial expressions. For example, on this slide on this page, there's the "Are you grumpy as a moose?" and the moose has like a very grumpy face. And then excited as dog, you can see that its ears are flapping and it's running, and the dog is running and smiling. And then the worried rabbit is like just really nervous, and it has its hands really close to its mouth, so it could be like if like it's biting its nails or something like that. And then the angry duck just is, you can tell he's very angry. um and then it represents how you might be feeling one way, but someone else can be feeling a different emotion. For example, the hippo is happy, but the duck is is angry, and they're both have completely different emotions. They don't share the same emotion. So identification of the genre, I said, would be fiction, and this is because the story is not based on a real event. It doesn't have any timelines or any historical things added to it, and it is completely made up. It is a creative and funny, but it's creative and funny, and it's just about animals, and in reality these animals probably won't be feeling this way, so it's definitely fiction, I think. One direct quote that I really like was, you might feel that somehow you've lost all your fizz, or you're frazzled like a frazzled thing. I'm not sure what it is. I found this really meaningful to me when I read it, because it just shows how each sometimes as a kid you might not, or an adult, you just don't know what you're feeling, and that's okay. So this is really helpful for students, especially in preschool, who are barely learning how to handle their emotions and what they're feeling, because they're experiencing way new emotions, so they could feel confused and they don't know. So this book really helps with that, and so I really like that. And then another quote that I really, really liked, I know I said one, but the other one is that the book later says that regardless how they're feeling, they should know that they have friends who care for them and they like them a lot. That statement is also great strength because children may think that just because they are upset that nobody likes them anymore and that they have no more friends, which is not true. They're not the only ones feeling these emotions, and they're just learning new things. Strengths and weaknesses. I said for one of the weaknesses was the language, because I think preschool students might have a difficult time reading this on their own, especially the words like contented and amused. I think at this age in preschool, they're still learning their ABCs, and I don't know, maybe some may be able to read these big words, but I think for me, thinking back on when I was younger, I don't think I would be able to read these big words without help from someone. And then some strengths was that the imagery has a great depictions of the different animals and clearly expresses their moods in a cute way. And the grade level is appropriate, as the overall message is great for students to learn about their feelings and how they are more than just and how there are more emotions than just being angry, happy, and sad. For a classroom activity, I said that we can do a find and color station, and for this worksheet, I think I would just hand them out a worksheet that has different facial expressions or moods. So it would be like a picture of an angry, just like something angry, and then something happy or confused, worried, and then the students would have to color each emotion a specific color depending on what they're told to color it. So for example, for blue, if the worksheet tells them to find sad, the expression of being sad, then they would have to color that emotion with blue, and they would have to find that emotion. And then afterwards, we can go over it as a class and see if they got it wrong, why they thought that, or just go over the correct answers. And then I think this is a simple but educational way to connect the book to a small activity. And that's all for my presentation.